What is up everyone, TTM here with number 3 of my Stoke City career mode. We're going to start this episode off by sending Charlie Ward out on loan to some random club. And we have a big game here against Manchester City. You know, Man City won the league last season, obviously. Pretty good opponent. I was expecting a loss coming into this game, but I wanted to keep that loss to as few goals as possible. Obviously we could go for a draw, but I just didn't really see it happening. I had quite a negative outlook on this match. We come up against Manchester City here. Obviously they have a very strong team. Jovetic starting an attack for them. Yaya Toure sitting just behind him. It's gonna be dangerous, you know. So I didn't have the highest hopes for this team. When you're in defence, you've got Shawcross and Huth coming up against Jovetic and Yaya. It's not exactly going to end well, but you know, we're going to give it a go. You know, against the league champions, and we were going to see what would happen. But as expected, Man City were kind of all over us, especially in the first half. Fernandinho finding the striker there, but Begovic makes a good save, turns it over. And then a bit later on in the 32nd minute, they're working the ball on the left wing. It finds Nasri. Nasri works his way into the box, finds Jovetic. Jovetic plays it back to Milner. Milner just smashes it. So it was a great finish by Milner into the top corner. And the man just celebrates there quite nicely. And that was, I thought that was the start of an onslaught. Our defending wasn't good at all there, but I was kind of disappointed with how our defence kind of fell apart. But it was a great finish by Milner. As you can see, all of Man City celebrating. They're like they've won the league or something. But it was a good finish. You know, Begovic, I couldn't blame Begovic for that, really, could I? But then in the, what minute is this? I cannot see. They get a corner and they play it short. It finds Milner. Milner working his way in, finds Mangala. Mangala finds Nasri. Nasri shoots, Begovic saves, and then it's just tipped in anyway by someone. I think it was Yaya. Yeah, Yaya just gets the rebound in, and that was really disappointing, really. I feel like Begovic's handling could improve, even though his actual stopping is good. And then just after that restart, Bohan is running into the box. Don't know if it's Bojan or Bohan, but he finds a pretty poor cross, really, on the slide tackle, and it does go out. And it turns out the man was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted if we had made the most of it. But then in the 75th minute, is that? Arnautovic runs into the box, but Joe Hart was making some good saves. We really actually started to attack Man City in the second half, especially near the end, as you can see here. As Harry Kane runs through the centre of the Man City defence, finds his way past his man Mangala, keeps running, sees a runner to his left, doesn't use him, fake shots to inside, hits the ball, it comes off the Man City defender and counts as an own goal. Yeah, Nastasic, who's one of our transfer targets, so it's good we didn't sign him, because otherwise he'd be doing this for us, wouldn't he? Scores an own goal, which I think that could have gone down as Harry Kane's goal. It was going on target, but I can see why it was also put down as Nastasic's goal, because it was a pretty big deflection, which stopped Hart from getting his hand to that one. So we did lose the game 2-0. I'd expected a loss, and 2-0 wasn't the worst loss. 2-1 wasn't it? I don't know what I'm talking about. 2-1 was the loss. Not as bad as, you know, I'd expected. I was thinking maybe like a 3-0 or something, but 2-1, only a 1 goal difference. That wasn't too poor. And then we get an offer from Stephen Ireland from Stade Rennais, and I just say no, because we don't have that many midfielders really. And then I see this article here, you can pause it if you want, basically saying that Haggis needs to improve, which I thought was a bit harsh. I mean, we were sitting mid-table. I mean, yes, we could have had some better results, but we've not come up against the easiest of opponents in our first matches. You know, the likes of Man City and teams like that. So I thought that was a bit harsh. We still had room to improve, definitely. So I was going to work on that though. And here we have a squad report quickly. Obviously we don't have much growth. A few players are going up 1 rating. I just thought I'd do a squad report quickly. I'll probably do one every few episodes. Yeah, most of our players really haven't changed, but it was just to show the whole squad really, because I haven't actually done that yet. Yeah, I think Diouf is probably going to be our star player along. I mean, our 2 wingers are good, but they haven't really felt as great in game as Diouf has. Obviously the sweaty man himself. So as we go through, Nzonzi's gone up a rating, which isn't bad at all. Most of these players have all stayed the same though. Be sure to pause it if you want to see any of their stats. Sidwell's going down one because obviously he's 31. And then yup. We're going to have to invest in new right backs and left backs probably. It's a shame we didn't get any growth in Jack Butland. I don't think we did. We may have done actually. And then we get the people out on loan here. We got 2 growth in that 19-year-old there, George Waring. I think it was 19. I didn't really catch it. And then we do have a cup game. Is this? Yeah, I think it's a cup game. Not sure. Oh yeah, it must be also because it's in the Premier League and it's against Cardiff. So we get a cup game here against Cardiff. I wanted to win this game obviously because it's against Cardiff. We had to make a point after that loss against Man City. We couldn't really lose to Cardiff here, although it was just a Capital One Cup game. I just didn't really want to lose this at all. If I did, it would have been really bad for the morale, obviously. So here in the 34th minute, Arnautovic runs down the left wing, keeps running, and then he tries to shoot, but takes a deflection. We get a corner from that, but nothing comes from the corner. And Arnautovic again, he was making all the magic happen. Really, he wins a free kick, which I tried to win, but the ref just decides, no, I'm going to keep playing advantage. And then they get the ball away, so that was really frustrating. And then from that, Alf gets the ball, he beats his man, plays it through into his man there on the right hand side, and he just misses. And that was a real wake-up call really for our team, because Cardiff were threatening a lot more than I'd expected in this game. We didn't play well in the first half at all, but then look at that for a goal. Was that Moses, I think, just won the ball off his man. Just absolutely hammered it into the top right corner. It was a great finish, you know. The tackle just caught the defender out completely. The defender had no idea what he was doing. Caught him out there, Moses, and smashed it. I took the shot early to try and catch the keeper out, and it worked. It went right into the roof of the net. Great finish by Moses, the man on loan from Chelsea. That'll be his first goal in the Capital One Cup. Then Arnautovic later on passes it to Kane. Kane keeps running. He finds what was that, Diouf in the 72nd minute. Diouf shoots, it hits the keeper and then goes in anyway. So that wasn't the greatest by Marshall, greatest display of goalkeeping ability, but Diouf got the goal with a powerful shot underneath his body. And you know, goal's a goal. So that was 2-0. Felt pretty good at that time, 2-0 up, even though it was against Cardiff. You know, we had to win this game really, didn't we? And then later on, in the 86th minute, we're running through with Diouf. Diouf's got a man with him. There's only one defender, it's 2 against 1. Diouf finds Bojan. Bojan keeps running, and then just sweaties it to Diouf. Because I'd rather have the goal than miss that. And Diouf is a man in the sense that he's free, he's got no one marking him. I'm going to take that chance and pass it across the goal. And I think it was a well-worked goal. You know, one could call it sweaty. But, you know, a goal's a goal. And that ended the game at 3-0, so good win against Cardiff after a kind of a relatively disappointing game against Man City. And we did advance through that first round of the Capital One Cup with a 3-0 win. Diouf getting 2 and Moses getting that top right goal. And then the last game, the third and final game of this episode, will be against Leicester in the Premier League. I won't show many highlights for this game because otherwise this episode will be extremely long. But Stoke City versus Leicester at the Britannia, so we're at home. I wanted to win this game. I couldn't really see any excuse really for not winning against Leicester, the newly promoted side. We needed the points more than anything. We're playing on, you know, not the strongest side, but quite, you know, not bad. We decided to rock with a 4-1-2-1-2 to have 2 strikers up front because we hadn't actually done that yet. We'd run with a 4-3-3 all season, so I wanted to try Kane and Diouf up front to see how they'd work together, because Kane just wasn't really cutting it on his own. His high work would really mess him up in a one-striker formation, but we'll see how that goes. And then it was actually Leicester who were attacking us early on, and they actually get the goal here from a pretty lucky rebound. Again, Begovic's handling not really on point there, but that was quite a disappointing goal to concede. But then it didn't really matter because just later on after that, we did run through with Diouf, and Diouf smashes it into the left in the 77th minute. So I did say I wouldn't show many highlights, as you can see. I'm just kind of 77th. It's the 77th or like 22nd minute, I don't know. But Diouf smashes that into the left corner with the outside of his boot. Great finish from the lad, good ball. Into Diouf, so that was good goal because obviously I put us on level terms. I really wanted the win. And as you can see here, we do get absolutely demolished in the box by the Leicester man there. When Nyama going down wins us a penalty, and that was a crucial penalty in the 90th minute. Kind of makes up for the penalty that we gave away. Was that in the first episode, second episode? I can't really remember. But we gave away an awful penalty, and that one kind of makes up for it in the 90th minute. We can get 3 points if we score this penalty. Diouf is the man that's going to take it because he's probably been our best player this season, apart from Begovic possibly. But Diouf is going to stand up. He's going. What does he do? He doesn't put much power on it, but he just puts it to the keeper's right. It probably could have been a better penalty, but nonetheless, we scored the penalty. So that was an important penalty. It gets us the 3 points against Leicester. And you know, we really needed that win, and we didn't play well against Leicester. And it's kind of been the way that this team has been working. In the first half, we just they kind of dominate us, the other team usually, and then in the second half we really come alive and actually start making chances and scoring chances, more importantly. And that was how the game ended. So 2-1 win against Leicester, an important win, not a pretty win, but an important win nonetheless against the newly promoted side. Obviously, could have played better, could have scored another goal from open play probably in the second half. We need to improve in the first half. Nonetheless, it's 3 points. So that was, just an important 3 points really. Hopefully putting more faith into the people, into the supporters of Stoke. And that will be how this episode ends. So I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, whatever. Goodbye.